extra sensors and M-Block program for computers. In this video, we will find out which other sensors there are for MBOT and how the M-Block computer program looks like. And let's start to look what types of outputs and inputs you can give MBOT. The first cool thing is a LED panel, connector wire, and we actually have two free ports on the MBOT, number 1 and number 4, and let's connect it to number 1 and let's see what we can do with it. I can program it using the same M-Block lab, and as you can see I have to choose which port it is connected to and what we will show on the panel. Here you can draw with your finger. And now let's turn it on. First we had this serious face and now it turned a bit more happy. Pretty cool. And of course if you start using this panel, it would be smarter to also connect it somewhere. But let's take a look what is the next interesting sensor which we could use, and we could take a look at the temperature sensor. The temperature sensor is a sensor like this. Its tip can measure temperatures up to 120 degrees and it requires a special adapter. You can't plug it in straight to the robot, and that extension looks like this. This adapter is also used for the LED strip. So if you have one adapter, we can connect them both here. Let's connect it to port 4. You can tell it's connected because this red lamp here turns on. That confirms it's connected to the motherboard. I have done a simple program for it too. I'll show it to you. If temperature raises above 30 degrees, the LED strip goes completely red, and if it's less than 30, it will be green instead. It would be logical that if I now turn it on, it would go green. Let's test it. I'll activate the program. And it is green. So it's now green, and I hope I'm warmer than 30 degrees. So I'll hold it in my hand for a bit to warm up the sensor. And now the temperature went over 30 degrees and the strip went red. So we looked at one output and one input, the temperature sensor and the LED strip. These LEDs can be controlled one by one and they require this adapter to be connected with the robot. But that's not all. Let's see what other interesting things there are here. One such thing is the light sensor. The light sensor is the same as the one under the MBOT, but now you can attach it anywhere you want to. I'll connect it here in the 4th port, and I modified our program a bit so that if the light sensor value is above 900, the current room level, it would turn the lamps red, and if I cover the sensor with my hand, it will go green. Let's see if this idea works. So right now it is red, here we have the sensor, and I'll cover it up, and there it went green. Red, green, red. Seems that this sensor also works. But let's take a look at next sensors. Here's another very exciting sensor which can detect the movement of a human or an animal inside the room. Again, I've been lazy and modified the existing program, and the program is such that when the sensor detects movement, the lamps go red, and if there's no movement, the lamps go green. I'll now run the program and see how the sensor sees my movement. Red, there's movement. Haha, it works, very funny. Basically, you could make a security system in your home. So we have two more sensors to look at. This is the sound sensor that detects the strength of sound in the room, and this is also a LED panel, but it only has 4 small dots. The strip had 12. I'll connect them both and let's take a look at what kind of program I have come up with. So the program is such that if I do a sound that's above 300, the lamp will turn red for a moment and then turn off, and otherwise it will be green. And I run the program. Here you can also see what the current sound level is in the room. So if I speak louder, the number increases, and if I speak quieter, the number is smaller. So if I make a sound near the sensor, it should be over 300. So we are ready. Here's the LED lamp, here's my sensor. I'll use it like a microphone, start talking into it, and see what happens. Hey! These aren't by far the only sensors, but I think these are very good for beginning. They can all be used simply with the M-Block app and connected. And now, let's take a look at how the Scratch-based MBOT computer program looks like, which is also called M-Block. I've currently connected the robot and the computer wirelessly from AnteConnect. I'll also explain the program quickly before turning it on. It turns on when I press space. Here I have to give it coordinates and then there's an endless loop. I made it so I define 3 variables, red, green and blue. These are the 3 colors that are used to create the colors of the LED lamp. I made an algorithm where I take the value of the sound sensor and divide it by a random number between 1 and 10. Now I have here a control so that if I make a noise and the sound sensor goes over 300, then I also play a tone and shortly turn off the lights. 000 here is the value of the lamp, and I also put the panda back to its bed. My game's name is Panda Go Back to Bed. And also when the noise level is quiet, because I also said that the variables constantly get random numbers, then the panda can start waking up. So let's take a look here what the LED lamps do. I'll put the computer here and then talk into the sound sensor. If I don't speak anything, these lamps start changing. Let's see what the panda is doing and how these colors change. Panda back, panda go back to bed, panda back. And the panda wakes up and again these colors change randomly, and then it's again time to say panda go back to bed, you can't wake up yet, be in the bed 5 more minutes please, be in bed, well even a little bit, well I guess that's enough of the panda. And that was this program. Now it's your turn, complete the challenge on the screen and see you in the next course. Challenge. If you feel like you're ready to study independently one more programming language to control mbot, then go to the website makeblock.com and install the mblock program for computers. Have fun discovering!